Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a brand new pick a card for you guys today, and today we are doing your August 2021 prediction. So yeah, this is basically going to be just a little check-in here to see what it is you guys might expect and might anticipate during the month of August. So that's what we're doing today. Anyway, before I launch into the piles and introduce them to you, I just wanted to ask you guys to please go ahead and leave me a comment down below on this video and give it a big thumbs up, give it a like. If you're not already subscribed, then I definitely invite you to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know about all the new readings as they come out and anytime I go live, because I go live a lot and do readings during the lives as well. So I definitely invite you guys to do that. As for my lives, I go live every Monday and Friday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So like I said, I would love to have you guys out for one of those. And yeah, I take questions and do readings, and there's usually a fun group of people that turns out for that. So I would love to have you guys stop on by for one of those. And I'm also open and available for private readings too. So if you have like many questions you wanted to dive into, or you wanted me to just like really deep dive into something specific, or if you simply have a question that is confidential and you don't want it put on blast on YouTube or something like that for everybody to see, that's what a private reading would be for. So you can contact me about a private reading as well. Those are also open and available. So information about live readings and how I operate those and how I run those, as well as private readings, all of that information is in the description box down below, as well as how to contact me and all that good stuff. So check out that 411 if you are curious. Otherwise, I'm just happy to have you here, and welcome back to my returning subscribers and returning viewers. And yeah, we're going to have some fun here and jump into this August pick a card to see what's going on. So without further ado, let me introduce the piles to you. So pile number 1, we have an amethyst cluster going on here. It's so pretty, so sparkly. This is actually my mom's birthstone. This was actually hers. She gave it to me. So, yeah, she was just like, here, why don't you take it? So I'm like, okay, thank you. So yeah, pile number 1, amethyst. Pile number 2, we have another, it doesn't glitter as well, to me at least, in the iPod camera as it does in person, like with my eyes, but it's a geode. It's some kind of geode. I don't know exactly what you would call it, what the name of it is, but it's a geode of some sort. It's got some glitter in there. Like if I move it a certain way, you can kind of see the glitter. But that one's pile number 2. Pile number 3 is another geode. It's a little bit different. It doesn't have the glitter in it or anything like that. It's just a plain geode, but this one is pile number 3. And pile number 4, we have a huge chunk of rose quartz. So it's just a big old chunky rose quartz piece. But it's very nice. Helps with the love and the romance in your life. So this one is pile number 4. So anyways, you guys, go ahead and pick the crystal, the pile number, the timestamp, however it is that you guys like to choose your piles. Go ahead and pick a pile below that you would be interested in. And timestamps, of course, are down below as well for you guys to check out to get to your pile as quickly as you can. Otherwise, we are going to go ahead and hop into things here with pile number 1, the amethyst cluster. Hi, pile 1. If you chose this beautiful amethyst cluster, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what you can expect this August of 2021. All right, so we're going to start things off here with your tarot cards. I'm just going to go ahead and put them all down. We'll see how they connect and correlate to one another, and then I'll go ahead and integrate some of the oracle cards that I have for you guys here too. So you guys have the Seven of Wands, the Seven of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. Interesting. So the very first thing that I noticed as these cards were coming out is the fact that you guys have 777 going on. Seven of Wands, Seven of Cups, Seven of Swords, 777. So, yeah, 7 may be a big number for you. It may have some kind of big significance or meaning for you in general, or it could be something that may come up a lot during the month of August. So you could be seeing like 777 or 77. Anything dealing with 7, I feel like 7 is going to be a huge factor for you guys, which is kind of funny. But anyways, let's go ahead and see exactly what these all mean here with your 7s. So the first one that came out obviously is the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is kind of about like being on the defense. It's like defending your territory kind of a thing. So you might be feeling a little defensive in a sense. Like almost kind of like under attack during the month of August. And I don't mean to say that like as like a bad thing or anything like that. Like, of course, I would love to just sit here and deliver for you guys nothing but positive, shiny, happy, good news. But if there's something funky going on, I gotta let you know. And I feel like there might be something funky going on during August. There might be some spiritual attacks. I know in general, there's kind of been this thing going on in the collective as a whole, like during the summer, where I feel like a lot of people have been under some kind of spiritual attack, some kind of spiritual warfare, like for the past few months. So this could be just kind of a continuation of something that's already kind of been happening. But yeah, the Seven of Wands is definitely about being defensive. And even if you go to like the Seven of Swords, like I know that's not what she's saying in this picture, but every time I look at this girl in this picture, all I can think of, it literally looks to me every single time like she's saying, "Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro." Like that's literally what I think every single time. But the Seven of Swords in a sense can actually be running away from something. That's usually, you know, what it can signify. But considering you guys did get the Seven of Wands here, which can be this defensive energy, and the girl on the card for Seven of Swords, just, it always looks to me like she's saying, "Come at me, bro." I really do feel like this is more so about being defensive. And if you're feeling defensive about something in your life during the month of August, you know, you could have a tendency to like pull back, shy away from, run away from, you know, it's like you just want to disengage because you've got your guard up, you got your shield up, you're like, no, I'm defending myself. It's almost like it's coming from an area of like self-preservation in a sense. It's not like you're trying to hurt somebody else or attack somebody else based out of what you're going through, but it's like you're just trying to survive. You're just trying to pull it together and get through. And this could be in regards to anything. It could be in a love situation, it could be in a career situation, it could be dealing with a friend or a family member. So, you know, apply it to where it resonates, apply it to where it fits in your life, because I feel like it's going to be a little bit different for everybody. But there's definitely this sense of being on the defense, basically. You know, they always say when you're like learning how to drive, be a defensive driver. Don't be an offensive driver. And I feel like that's you guys in the month of August. You're driving on the defense through the road of life, basically. So there's definitely this defensive kind of vibe going on. Now, with the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Cups can usually be about illusions and having a lot of options. In a traditional looking tarot, like this one is not traditional, obviously, but in like a traditional one, There's usually like a lot of cups on the card, and there's usually a lot of different things in each cup. So the person is having a hard time deciding which cup to pick from because there's so many options. And it can also be about illusions, like not knowing exactly what is true and what is real. And that could be another thing that you may kind of suffer and unfortunately endure through the month of August. So I don't feel like this is going to be the easiest month necessarily for you guys. I feel like it's going to definitely come with its challenges. And whatever illusions that you may have to face and kind of work through and navigate and figure out what is true and what is real, that may be another reason why your defense is going up here, because you're just like, I don't need any extra outside influences. I don't need any extra drama or bullshit from other people because I have enough on my plate that I need to sort through and I need to figure out, and I don't know exactly what is up. So I need this time and I need this space. So I feel like you guys may kind of be in that mode through the month of August. And the Hierophant here, I feel like only backs that up even more, because the Hierophant is very highly spiritual, basically. The Hierophant, is very intuitive and knows what's up with things. And I feel like that's kind of what you guys are needing to do. Like, you're on the defense because there's a lot of things going on around you. And it's like you just need to take some time to withdraw and kind of put your guard up. Not in a permanent way. I don't feel like you're going to be building up, walls around your heart and all this other kind of stuff and blocking people out necessarily out of a place of pain, but it's more so just out of protection. And I feel like it's temporary. I feel like it's just during this season. It's not like something that you're going to continue to do once you figure things out. So I feel like you're just going to be trying to navigate a lot of things and trying to figure things out between what is real and what isn't. And tapping into that Hierophant, that inner Hierophant, is going to help you a lot because he's very intuitive. So that's probably the best way to get through any of the illusions. That's the best way to get through any of that, is to tap into that intuition, because you know a lot more than you think you do. You can see beyond all this. And I feel like once you figure out those illusions, once you know what is real and what is not real, the defenses are going to come down, because then you're going to know exactly how to handle things and how to proceed forward. Which I feel like you guys will eventually at some point, because you guys also have the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is about hard work, diligence, persistence, persevering, keeping on going. It's just about, you keep on working, and you keep on working, you're going to see things pay off. So I feel like that's probably going to be your biggest focus through the month of August, is just continuing to press on and push through during the month of August, and whatever it is that you need to be doing, whatever it is that may be revolving around this situation. So if the situation is like a love situation, you may spend a lot of hard work basically on yourself, working through your own inner demons, healing a lot of things within yourself, loving yourself, things like that. If it's in regards to like career stuff, it could be that you just really put your nose to the grindstone and just, churn out whatever it is that you need to churn out when it comes down to work. Whether it's, meeting a certain quota, or, you're an entrepreneur, you have your own business and there's like a certain amount of stuff you have to do there, whatever it is that you need to do. But this is applicable in just about any kind of situation, personal, professional, or otherwise. It's just going to take hard work. Whatever it is that hard work is that you need to be doing, I feel like you guys are going to be diligent and you are going to really look into that. And with the Six of Pentacles is about luxury, basically. It's about kind of having this luxurious lifestyle and just enjoying things. If you look at the girl on the card here, she looks like, she's enjoying life. She's got her coins, she's got her money, she's wearing this gorgeous dress, she's sitting in this big, elegant chair. It's like she's a socialite, if you were to put it in like modern day terminology or whatever. It's like, she's kind of got like this socialite kind of status going on. So I feel like by the time maybe August wraps up, or by the time, you're able to see through these illusions and drop the defenses and you've put in that hard work, you're going to have a time where you're going to be able to just sit back, relax, and enjoy the riches of your rewards is what it comes down to. That there is going to be a reward out of this. It is going to be something enjoyable and luxurious and just like a positive thing. But this isn't going to, happen overnight, obviously. It's something that is going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of effort. Like I said, August may not necessarily be the easiest month for you guys. It may be a challenge, but I feel like it's a challenge that you guys can definitely rise to the occasion for and can conquer and get through. So now I have some ice cream oracle cards for you guys. And you got Grape, Prophecies, Spirits, Magic. Bubblegum, Memories, Nostalgia, Childhood. Cookie Dough, Building, Evolution, Development. And Rocky Road, Adventure, Preparation, and Challenge. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to address this cookie dough and rocky road. So with cookie dough, I feel like the cookie dough pretty much confirms the Eight of Pentacles that came out here with building, evolution, and development. Like that's basically your Eight of Pentacles. That's you continuing to work hard, continuing to be diligent, continue to be persistent, continuing to just, stay the course, stay the steady course ahead and keep pressing on and keep pushing through and keep working hard on things. So I feel like that kind of just confirms that. And then with Rocky Road, Adventure, Preparation, and Challenge, like I said, you guys, I feel like August is not going to be an easy month for you guys. I feel like it is going to be a challenge, but you can either look at it as like a painful, horrible challenge, or you can choose to look at it as an adventure. If you look at it as an adventure, change your perspective of it, it may actually make it, in a sense, a little bit more fun than what it could have been. And, bottom line is all this stuff that you're going through right now, it's preparation. That is true too. It's preparation for brighter days, better days, bigger days. August may not be your month. That's the truth. It may not be your month, but it could be preparation for a better September or better fall or a better 2022 when 2022 rolls around. However it is that's supposed to look in the timing that it's supposed to come through for you. But it's definitely preparation for something bigger and better. Now with Grape up here, Prophecies, Spirits, and Magic, I feel like that's kind of once again going back into the Hierophant, because the Hierophant is, like I said, he's highly intuitive. He is in tune with spirit, basically. So, everybody has a little bit of that psychic ability inside of them. Everybody has that, like being psychic or reading tarot cards or whatever the case may be. To be quite honest, anyone can do this. Anyone has the ability to do this. It's a muscle. It's a spiritual muscle that you work out. And some people work it out more than others. Some people, they don't do anything with their spiritual muscles whatsoever. And you would think that they have nothing spiritual to them at all. These are usually people who are like not awakened and that kind of thing. But chances are, if you're here and you're watching these videos, you're probably a little bit more tapped in and in tune to your spiritual muscles than other people are. So tap into that. Tap into that Hierophant. Tap into your own inner magic, because it's there. It's there to assist you and to help you and to thrive and to do well and to get through this. Then we have Bubblegum, Memories, Nostalgia, and Childhood. So I know there wasn't like anything that came out here that would be like Six of Cups, nostalgia, or anything like that. But I feel like in general, one of the ways that may assist you to kind of help you just navigate this month and kind of get through some of the challenges that may come up here and there. There may be a part of you that may want to kind of escape back to childhood. It's kind of like, oh gee, it's like I liked life before I hit 18. Once 18, it's like you have to pay to play the game kind of a thing. It's like nobody wants to do that, right? So there may be a part of you that may want to escape in a sense to the simpler days, the easier days, the good old days kind of thing, when things get hard and when things get stressful. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's important to not live here, obviously, because if you live here, that in itself could create another illusion for you. But going there just to kind of like alleviate the stress or to take a mental break or something like that, every once in a while, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, that's totally fine. So there may be the tendency to do that a little bit through the month of August when you're facing some of the adversities and challenges. I also have some divine feather cards here for you. So let's see what you guys got for those. You have the canary. Step forward now and sing your song. There is power in finding your voice. The pelican. Choose to follow the path of forgiveness and raise your vibration. And the falcon. Use your keen perception and skill in making decisions. Do not delay. Okay. So I see a few things here with your divine feather cards. Number one with the pelican here, in choose to follow the path of forgiveness and raise your vibration. So one of the challenges that you guys may experience through the month of August is, considering you are going to be on the defense here, at least at some point, there might be someone who has wronged you or hurt you. Maybe this has already happened. And this could be a part of where your defense comes up, because you're like, oh no, I'm not letting you back in. I'm not going to let you hurt me again. I'm not going there. And probably the best thing to do is going to be, yes, forgive them in that situation so you can move on, move up, move forward, go on with your life. At the end of the day, when we hold on to bitterness and resentment towards someone, when we're not forgiving someone, it's hurting us. It's not hurting them. I know you guys have heard this one like 1,000,001 times before, but it's still true. So if any of that is going on, that probably needs to go. With the falcon here, use your perception and skill in making decisions. Do not delay. So I feel like you guys are going to be doing that. Your perception and skill, I feel like, is basically tapping into that Hierophant energy once again, tapping into your own inner magic, basically. And when it comes to making decisions, I feel like that's where the Eight of Pentacles comes in, because, the Eight of Pentacles is all about, being diligent, working hard, but it's a conscious choice to do that. You don't just, wake up and say, oh, I'm going to work hard, and then just lay there and do nothing. No, you get out of bed and then you actually make the actions and the effort to work hard. So, don't stop making decisions, obviously, during the month of August. And with the canary, step forward and sing your song. There is power in finding your voice. So I feel like this is saying, don't be afraid to speak up in the month of August. If things are challenging, if things are hard, I feel like that kind of comes in here with the feeling defensive thing, like speaking your voice, speaking your truth, may be coming out of this place of, hey, I have to defend myself. But sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you have to do that so people understand you better and understand your boundaries. So, don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to speak your truth. Of course, don't do it in a way where it's like you're attacking somebody else. Do it out of a place of integrity, but still speak your voice. And finally, you guys, I have a card here from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. and you guys got, your heavenly Father knoweth that you have a need for all of these things. Matthew 6:32. So I feel like this is just kind of reiterating the fact that, August may be a challenge for you guys. You may feel like some of your needs are going unmet. But just know, even if it feels that way in the moment, it doesn't mean that it's always going to be like that. It doesn't mean that your needs aren't eventually going to be met, because they will be. So this is where some of that faith comes in, and having to trust that your needs are going to be taken care of. And always remember, needs are a little bit different from what it is that we want. So just make sure that you're clear on that. But yeah, as for your needs, though, they will definitely always be met. So you don't need to worry about that. Anyways, that's basically what I have going on for you guys for the month of August. Hopefully this message resonated and made sense. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. And also, please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on their way. And so you also know whenever I go live, because whenever I go live, you'll be notified of that as well. And like I said, lives are Mondays and Fridays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and private readings are open and available too. So like I said at the beginning of the video, all the information that you need on private readings, live readings, or anything else you need to know is all in the description box down below. But otherwise, I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful to you guys for stopping on by here and hanging out with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So I hope you have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 2. If you chose this sparkly little geode, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what is in store for you for August of 2021. Okay, so we're going to get started here with your tarot cards, and I'm just going to go ahead and lay them all down here, and we will see exactly how they connect, how they correlate with one another, and we'll see what unfolds for you guys. So you guys have the Ten of Swords, the Six of Wands, the High Priestess, the Fool, the Three of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. Okay. So, first thing that I see happening with you guys, we're just going to dive in here with the Ten of Swords that came out first. So the Ten of Swords is not exactly a happy kind of card. The Ten of Swords usually signifies a painful ending. And as you can tell, like the person who's on the card here, the guy here, it's like he's kind of submerged in water. Like, I know he's not completely underwater, like his face isn't underwater, but it's like he's just kind of sinking, like he's just kind of drowning in it in a sense. And sometimes when we go through a painful ending in an area in our lives, it can feel like that. It can feel like we're just drowning and we're just consumed in whatever this thing is. So I feel like maybe heading into the month of August, maybe like right now, like around, the end of July, beginning of August, you may be going into this month starting out with a painful ending, that something in your life may have ended, and you're kind of going into August like maybe feeling a little defeated, maybe feeling like you are drowning, just kind of wondering what now, like what next, what could possibly be next after this thing that has ended. And it could be anything. It could be a relationship, it could be a job, It could be anything. So take it as it resonates and take it how it applies in your life. But it seems like there's kind of been some kind of painful ending how we're kicking off August. But I do believe things are going to improve and things are going to get better. Because you also have the Three of Wands here. And the Three of Wands is kind of about like waiting for our ships to come in. It's waiting for something better. It's waiting for something positive, waiting for something good, pretty much. So, yeah, I feel like that's kind of how you're going into August. Like something has ended, something has been painful that has ended, and now you're just kind of, it's kind of, once again, like I said, it's like you're standing there saying, well, what now? What's next? You're waiting for your ships to come in. You're waiting for that new chapter. You're waiting for something better to come along, something that is not going to be painful here, like the Ten of Swords, pretty much. And, you know, everybody knows that. It doesn't matter whether it's a painful ending or not. Bottom line is, where there's always an ending, there's always a new beginning. And I feel like you're aware of that. You know that because something has ended in your life, you're due for a new beginning. You're due for a new start. So you're just kind of standing there wondering and waiting like, okay, where is it? What is it? What is this new thing? And the tricky thing is that, yeah, you know, when something ends, something new does begin, but we don't always necessarily have the say on when or how exactly that all looks. It does come, of course, but it's not like it happens a lot of the times immediately, like bam, right on top of the heels of something ending. Sometimes it may take a little bit for that next thing to show up and arrive. Not to say that it's not going to, but it will. So I do feel like you guys are definitely kind of just wondering and waiting, like, what is this new thing? What's going on here? And I feel like the best thing that you guys can do here is to tap into your inner high priestess. And the high priestess, she's very intuitive. She's very spiritually aware. She knows what's going on. You know, she knows what's going on with everybody and everything. Sometimes she can be a little mysterious and not everyone necessarily knows what's going on with her. But she doesn't put her life on blast, you know, like, so in a lot of ways, you could be someone who is suffering in silence here, because we do have that Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords, like I said, signifies painful endings. So you could be kind of suffering in silence as you're waiting for this new beginning. So a lot of people may not even know of the hardship that you're going through. A lot of people may not even know what you're experiencing right now, what you're enduring right now. And there's a part of you that would prefer to keep it that way. But just because you're not like actively complaining or putting it on blast what it is you're going through doesn't mean that you're not aware of what everybody else is going through. And that could be another reason why you're just like, no, you know what, I'm just going to lay low right now. Yeah, I'm going through stuff. I'm facing some things right now, but it's just best for me to lay low and to tap into my intuition. So I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be doing that in the month of August as you're waiting for whatever this new thing is that's going to happen. I also feel like you guys have a lot of this Queen of Cups energy, and the Queen of Cups is someone who is basically full of love. She has so much love to give, and the biggest and most important reason why she's able to give that love is because she herself is full of self-love. She has so much self-love, not in like a conceited, you know, stuck up, snobby kind of way or anything like that. In a healthy way, obviously, but she knows that she has to take care of herself before she can go out there and help and take care of others. And I feel like, you know, the High Priestess kind of assists in that too, because the High Priestess is, you know, she's aware and she knows of these things. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, you have a lot of love to give, and you do give other people a lot of love as well. So it's like you fill up your own cup of love, and then you go out there and you just love up on others, whether it's your friends or your family or your coworkers or your romantic partners or, you know, even just like your barista that you get your coffee from. It doesn't matter. Like, you just go out there and you just love up on others. So I do feel like you're someone who has a lot of love in you, and that love is going to, you know, help take you through this period right now, because I feel like that, you know, that love and light and good and all those things conquers over pain. It conquers over the things that have gone wrong. Like, I feel like you know that whatever this ending is that has been painful, you know it's temporary. You know that it's just for the time being. You know that better days are coming, that something new is going to come along. And part of the way in order for you guys to get there is you may actually have to take a leap of faith in order for your ships to come in, is what it comes down to, because you guys have the Fool as well. And the Fool is about taking a leap of faith. It's about just like taking action and doing something. The Fool doesn't necessarily always research and study and all those kinds of things before they take the leap. They just take the leap. You know, they don't always look both ways before they cross the street. So either they make it across the street or they get hit by a car, but either way, they're crossing that street. So I feel like you guys may just wind up doing that at some point in the month of August, is you may be just like, screw it, I'm just going to take the leap of faith. I'm just going to take this step of action. I'm just going to say my piece. Whatever it is that you need to do, you may need to do that, because, you know, while of course it is good to wait for your Three of Wands, your ships to come in and everything, to wait for these good things to come in for you, these two may have to kind of work together. So, you know, it's like the whole thing of God only helps those who helps themselves. So granted, there may be certain things that you can't make happen and that you may have to wait to have happen, like with that Three of Wands. That would be God's part. But there's certain things that are within your power, that are within your ability, that you may have to do and take certain actions on and to speak upon and do upon. And I feel like those two things work together. You do your part, God is going to do his part and bring those ships in for you. So these two may have to work together during the month of August in order to have that new and better beginning that you guys are looking for, coming out of the pain and the agony here of whatever has ended. Finally, with the Six of Wands, the Six of Wands represents a time of celebration, like good times, exciting times, you know, just celebrating basically. So while things may be kind of rocky and difficult right now, once again, I feel like you take the steps of action that is necessary for you. And in the meantime, wait for God to do his part in bringing in those ships. Those two things work together. And before you know it, you're going to be in a time of celebration. So, you know, it's like the whole thing of sorrow only lasts for the night, but, you know, better days and new beginnings and celebration, it comes in the morning. So your morning is coming. You know, it may be kind of like a dark night right now, but your morning is coming. So, you know, your time of celebration, it could be maybe at the end of August, it may be in September, it could be in a few months from now, but I feel like that time of celebration is going to come, that it is going to be happening. So it's like you guys may be kind of a little bit in a transition period through the month of August. I also have some ice cream oracle cards here for you that we can dive into and see exactly how they connect to all of this. And you guys have Pina Colada, Recreation, Traveling, and Amusement. Peppermint, Conscious, Realization, Awakening. Vanilla, Status Quo, Tradition, Simplicity. And Coconut, Protection, Purification, and Boundaries. So as long as we're talking about coconut right now, I'm just going to continue on with coconut. And I feel like with coconut, you know, obviously you guys are going through like this painful ending thing right now. So I feel like because of that, you do have your guard up. You know, you are putting up your boundaries. And usually when we go through a time of pain, when we go through a time of suffering, especially if something has ended. It is a time of purification. It's kind of like a time to get your priorities set straight, to figure out what it is that you want to do next, to figure out how you want to make things better so you don't wind up repeating having another Ten of Swords type of situation. So I feel like you may be protecting your heart right now, which is understandable. It could be a little sensitive and a little tender. Also with Peppermint here, with conscious realization and awakening, once again, I feel like it's only during those like painful times and dark times is when we kind of go through like another level of awakening, when we go through another level of realization and epiphany moments and those kinds of things. So you could be experiencing a lot of that right now coming out of these painful endings. It could be raising your elevation of awareness. It could be activating more of that high priestess within you who is very good at tapping in to her intuition. So, there's a phrase that I always like to go along with, which basically says new level, new devil. So it's like if you're going to a higher level of consciousness, if you're going to a higher level in your spiritual walk within your faith, chances are you're going to have some adversity and some challenges come against you dealing with that. So that's where the whole thing, new level, new devil, comes along. So you're not going to be challenged in the same ways you were before, because chances are you've grown past that by now. So it's like, oh, here's a new challenge, something even bigger and worse than what you went through before, because you have a new thing to overcome. And in some ways that's actually similar to how it was for pile one. Pile one had a lot of like spiritual warfare kind of stuff going on, and it's possible it could be similar for you guys too. The Ten of Swords, the painful ending stuff, could be some spiritual warfare that you guys are experiencing and going through. But like I said, it's helping you tap more so into your high priestess, into that intuition. It's teaching you more about your own self-love and establishing your boundaries. And it's putting you in a position eventually to take a leap of faith towards that next thing that you need to, that next thing that you're waiting for those ships to come in on, where, you and God are basically going to work together in that, where it's like, you'll do his part, he'll do his part, you'll do your part, he'll do his part, and it'll all work together and come together. Now with vanilla, status quo, tradition, and simplicity. With all of this craziness going on here, because this is not what I would call vanilla whatsoever, painful endings and, using your intuition and stuff like that, I would not call any of this normal. Like status quo, tradition, simplicity, I feel like this card is basically like code for normal. And I feel like if anything, that's what you guys are breaking. You guys are breaking tradition. You guys are breaking the status quo. You guys are breaking outside of the norms and the box. You are stepping so outside of the box, you don't even know like where the box is anymore. But I feel like it's in a good way. I mean, simplicity is nice, yes, but let's be real, life is complicated. Very rarely is anything in life simple. So I feel like you guys are breaking the norms that, just like being of the status quo, being regular, just probably isn't your thing. If anything, more so than a vanilla ice cream cone, you guys are probably much more of a pina colada type of person. It reminds me of like Disneyland Dole Whip. I miss Disneyland Dole Whip so much, but that's besides the point. That could be a whole other separate tangent. So with pina colada, recreation, traveling, and amusement, August is still during the summer months, obviously, so it could be possible that maybe you're going to be taking a vacation or going on like a little weekend getaway, like a long weekend or something like that during the month of August. I don't know exactly when Labor Day happens this year, but I know Labor Day can sometimes be around the end of August, beginning of September, so maybe it's going to be then, who knows. But you could be taking like a little bit of a break, a little bit of a breather, which would be nice. And just in general with recreation and amusement, this is a lot of stuff to be dealing with. This is a lot of stuff to be kind of carrying around and having weigh heavily on your shoulders. So it's nice to sometimes just have a little bit of a break. And maybe for you guys, it would be nice to just do something recreational, do something fun for you. It says amusement here, which makes me think of like an amusement park or a carnival or a fair or something like that. Maybe you'll do something like that during the month of August. But I feel like either way, it's going to be good for you guys to just, take a little breather, take a little break, whether you're able to get away for like a full week or just a weekend, or just, go do something fun. Go do something recreational. Do something enjoyable. Take your mind off of all this for a little while. I think that'll do you some good. And I also have some Divine Feather Oracle cards for you guys. And you guys got the White Turkey. The power to heal the earth is within you. The Crow. Universal laws and truths are now being revealed. Use this energy to create your reality. And the Robin. New growth and potential is on the horizon. Reach out and embrace it. Okay, so very interesting. I feel like these birds tie in very well together. So starting with the White Turkey, the power to heal the earth is within you. Now, you could take this and look at it quite literally, like, healing the earth, like, hey, don't litter, or, take your bike to work instead of taking your car, or whatever it is. You could look at it that way. It's always good to look out for the earth. We only have one planet to live on after all. But I feel like more so than just like the earth itself, I feel like it's almost kind of in conjunction to like healing the earth of like what's happening here in the human race. Because the human race obviously is very good at junking up the earth and not loving one another and not taking care of one another. So it's like, I feel like it's more so healing the earth and the inhabitants of the earth. And the more people are waking up, the more people are getting in tune with the fact that there are things going on out there in the world bigger than us, that there's more to what's happening out there than just our physical, limited reality, the better that's going to be. And I feel like once again that taps into that awakening here that's going on. So I feel like you guys once again are being taken to another level in terms of your awakening, in terms of your consciousness, in terms of realizing things. And the reason why that's happening is so you can better help the earth. So you can help the earth, so you can help your fellow human beings. So we can help train one another to actually like love each other and help this earth, rather than have all this like hatred and war and disease and all this other insanity that is not doing anyone any good. Not even the people who start it and think it's going to be a good thing. It's not helping. With the Crow, universal laws and truths are now being revealed. Use this energy to create your reality. So once again, I feel like in this new consciousness, in this new awakening that you guys are experiencing, going through stuff in August, you guys are realizing new truths. You guys are having new realizations and epiphany moments that you probably didn't have previously to August. And, once again, that's a beneficial thing. It's to help heal the earth. It's to help other people. It's a new energy. It's a new thing. So, all this craziness here that you're going through with these painful endings, it's for the better. You got to clear that out to make way for something bigger and better and something new. And, that is going to, excuse me as I yawn, out of nowhere. That is going to help in the long run, because there is going to be a time of celebration to come out all of this. You're not just going through all this for no reason. It's not to just create more insanity. And then with the Robin, new growth and potential is on the horizon. Reach out and embrace it. So, obviously, no pain, no gain is what it comes down to. This is a season of new growth. And it's funny because in order for something to grow, sometimes you have to prune away the things that no longer work. Think about like a big tree or something like that. If it's going to continue to grow and be this old tree and, live a very long life, sometimes you have to prune away like the dead branches. Sometimes you have to prune that stuff away in order for there to be new life and new growth. And that could be what you guys are going through. Whatever this Ten of Swords is here was probably something that needed to be pruned away so something new and healthy and vital and good can come and grow within its place. It's never cut there just to hurt you. It's nothing personal against you at all. It's only to actually make things better for you and therefore better for those around you. So it's better to just embrace that and realize that there is potential for so much good yet to come for you guys. Finally, I have a loving words from Jesus card here for you guys because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And you guys got, with God, all things are possible. Matthew 19:26. I love this verse because it's absolutely true. So, right now you guys may be feeling like there are not a lot of possibilities because of the pain that you have been enduring, because of the endings that you may see around you. But you got to remember, there's a reason for this. There's a method to the madness. There's a reason for that chaos. That it's only to make things better in the long run. That, it's not going to stay like that is the bottom line. There's going to be a time of celebration. Things are possible for improvement. So, never block the possibility of that as being out in your mind. Anyways, that's basically what I have going on here for you guys for the month of August. Hopefully the message resonated and made sense. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. Also, give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And so you guys also know whenever I go live, because whenever I go live, you'll get the little notification about that. And lives, of course, are every Monday and Friday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And as I mentioned at the start of the video, private readings are open and available too, in case you guys are interested in that. So all the information you need to know, whether it's live reading, private readings, or anything in between, is all in the description box right down below. So I just want to thank you guys for stopping on by and hanging out here with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So I hope you have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 3. If you chose this geode, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what is in store for you this August of 2021. All right, so we're going to start off with your tarot cards here, and I'm just going to go ahead and lay these all down here, and we'll see exactly how they connect, how they correlate, how they come together basically, and see what it is that you guys need to know. You guys got the King of Wands, the Hermit, the Ten of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, and the Chariot. Okay, so for you guys, let's see. I feel like you guys, it's funny. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm yawning out of nowhere. I yawned in the last group too. I don't even know why I'm yawning. I'm really not that tired, so I don't know where it's coming from. Anyway, so basically with you guys, and it's funny because with the other two groups, I didn't necessarily get an instantaneous, oh, this is about love, this is about career. This is about this, that, and the other thing. With the previous two groups, it was kind of more open-ended. It could be about anything, but both of those groups were definitely struggling with, I think, some spiritual warfare kind of stuff. But with you guys specifically, I do feel like this is probably going to be more geared towards love for you guys in the month of August. And the reason why I feel that way is the very first card that popped up for you guys is the King of Wands. And the King of Wands, he's someone who is very passionate. He's fiery, he's magnetic, he's charismatic, he can be outgoing. Like, he just knows how to, like, sweet talk you and kind of, like, pull you in and reel you in. Like, he knows exactly how to be a smooth operator, basically, and just say and do all the right things. But he does it because he's also very passionate. You know, he wants to be in charge, kind of a thing. And considering we have a king here, you know, king to me would represent more so of a masculine energy. So I feel like if you are a feminine who's watching this, which I know more of you are of feminine more so than masculine, then this is probably going to be about your masculine. If you yourself are the masculine, then this would just be confirmation that this would be about you. But yeah, I feel like for most of you guys, the month of August, you're going to be dealing with some stuff, dealing with your masculine, who's probably going to be in that King of Wands kind of energy. But we have some other wands coming out here too. For one, I feel like with the Ten of Wands isn't exactly a fun card. The Ten of Wands is about carrying burdens, and clearly, as you can tell on this card, this girl's hanging her head, like looking very, very sad, very defeated, and she's wearing this gorgeous gown, and it's been set ablaze. It's set on fire. Her dress is on fire, and she doesn't even know it. She's not even reacting. She's just standing there defeated. But that's kind of how it is when it feels like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. It's just, you feel like you're carrying so many heavy burdens. It's like, even if you were set on fire, you wouldn't even notice it because you have so much stuff you're already carrying. So I feel like either you or this masculine, you or him, or both of you, have felt the weight of this connection, have felt the weight and the burdens of not necessarily like one another or your love, because those things are good things. I feel like it's more so just like the stress and the anxiety surrounding you guys and surrounding the situation. You know, it could be any fears or doubts or insecurities or anything like that that either one of you are carrying and carrying into this connection. That's the stuff that's weighing it down. That's the stuff that's making something that's supposed to feel divine and good, and it's just making this love instead feel heavy and weighted down and just like not so good. And I feel like once again the Five of Wands kind of backs that up too. Like, if you look at this card, you know, we have a man and a woman on here. We have like a feminine and masculine, basically. And once again, they're both looking down. They're both looking down just like she's looking down. So they both kind of have this defeated expression on their faces. They're looking down and they're right next to one another, but they're not paying attention to each other. They're not communicating. It's like there's this avoidance, in a sense, from having to deal with one another. There's like this avoidance of opening up and being intimate and being transparent and authentic and vulnerable and all those good things. It's like one or both of you, and I feel like it's probably both because we have both on this card. You guys are probably scared of opening up. You guys are probably scared of like going there and being transparent, but I feel like that's going to be the thing that needs to happen in order to release the heavy burdens that you guys are both carrying around, because the heavy burdens are probably the fears and the anxieties and the doubts and all these other things. But there's obviously a lot of passion there between the two of you because he is that King of Wands. So I feel like there's kind of a lot of that stuff going on. In order for you guys to get past that, I feel like both of you are probably going to need to go in hermit mode a bit during the month of August. So, you know, the hermit is about going within. The hermit is about just like spending time on our own, reevaluating situations, spending time in prayer, spending time in meditation, stuff like that. Just one-on-one time between you and God kind of a thing. So you may be doing a lot of that during the month of August. So there may not be a lot of action, in a sense, happening during the month of August. It may be kind of more of like an introspective kind of month. But I feel like it's going to be a good thing because it's going to be, once again, a way to help alleviate and take care of these burdens, you know, to get rid of them. It's going to be a time to kind of reset your mind, because I feel like most of these burdens are probably mental. A lot of the things going on in our lives, it all starts in the mind. You know, what we think about, what our thoughts are, is going to affect how we feel. And how we feel is going to be the things that we start to speak on and talk about. It's going to be the stuff that comes out of our mouths. And before we know it, we're going to be taking action, or the opposite, not taking action based upon how we feel and what we're talking about. And it's a snowball effect, basically. So it all starts in the mind. So I feel like there's going to be this big mindset that both of you are probably going to be working through and working on during the month of August. But I do feel like even though you guys kind of have like this heavy weighted burden on one another, you guys may not really be talking to each other and kind of ignoring, avoiding each other kind of a thing, even though there may be that kind of stuff going on, I feel like at the same time, you guys both still have that desire to work together. The Three of Pentacles is about coming together and working together. It's like a team effort. It's a group effort. You know, when it comes down to Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles is usually about working on your own. The Three of Pentacles, which is what you guys got, is usually about working together. It is a collaboration. It is a group effort. In a traditional tarot card, it usually has three people, obviously, working together. And especially when it comes down to like a love situation, I usually always interpret that as the feminine, the masculine, and God, those being the three coming together and working together. So I do feel like there is this desire, because once again, you know, wands can symbolize our passions and our desires. I feel like there is this desire for you guys to come together and work together. I just feel like there's going to be this mind reset, which kind of has to happen in hermit mode separately and individually first, before you can come together and start working together. And finally, you guys have the Chariot. And the Chariot is kind of the exact opposite of the Hermit, because the Chariot is definitely an action-related card. So the Chariot is about forward movement. It's about taking action. If there are adversaries in your way, if there is conflict of interest, if there are obstacles, it's about running those obstacles over, basically. It's about beating those adversaries out. And, you know, it doesn't matter whether the adversary is like a third party, it could be physical distance, it could be a lot of different things, or it could just simply be the way you are thinking about things. Like a lot of the times, our own mind frame, ourselves can be our own worst enemy in a lot of the times. So I do feel like after this time of going within, spending some time within on the situation, that desire to work together will ultimately be the thing that's going to drive you guys to come together and take action to work on this and figure this out. Now, the Chariot, the actual action of this happening, it may not happen until more so towards the end of August or even beyond August, but I do believe that the general forward movement of where things are going is, you know, this nasty, yucky stuff of burdens and not dealing with one another, the mental stuff needs to go away, which is only going to come in hermit mode. Once you guys take care of that, you'll be able to move forward into a season of taking action and actually coming towards one another to work together. So it's going to be a process. Some of this could unfold in August. Some of it could start to unfold now. And it may complete itself later on. But it seems like this seems to be the, at least, trajectory of where you guys are going right now. We also have some ice cream oracle cards here for you guys. And you guys got white chocolate raspberry, sensibility, decorum, and elegance. Spumoni, variety, opportunity, choices. Charcoal licorice, innovation, invention, and revolution. And lemon, clean, detoxify, release. So I'm going to start off here with your lemon ice cream. And yeah, I feel like cleaning, detoxifying, and releasing is exactly what you guys need to do in terms of these burdens here. The burdens need to be released. You guys got to clean yourself and release yourself of all like the insecurities and negative thinking and just unhealthy mental habits that could be holding this connection back from its full potential. So you got to detoxify that. So I feel like that definitely kind of just supports that of something that is going to be happening during the month of August. And in its place, it's going to be an opportunity to kind of reinvent this connection with innovation, invention, and revolution. It's going to be an opportunity for you guys to put something new in that place where it's like, instead of having those old unhealthy thought patterns, you can't necessarily just leave your mind empty in a sense, because if you leave it empty, you're going to leave room for the not so great stuff to kind of come back in. You don't want to do that. So instead, you got to replace that with healthy thought patterns and positive thinking and affirmations and being grateful and all that kind of stuff. And that's going to be the kind of stuff that puts you in the position to be ready to build something together. So it's definitely going to be a time to be innovative and kind of like reinvent this. You know, it's like shedding the skin of the way your connection used to be and growing something new and better together. With Spumoni, variety, opportunity, and choices, look at this as an opportunity, you know. If you're feeling weighted down, if you're feeling burdened, if you're just feeling the weight of the world on you when it comes to this connection, look at that as a signal. Look at that as a warning sign that something needs to change. Something needs to be mixed up here, because this kind of stuff is not sustainable. So it should be a warning sign that this is an opportunity for you. Don't look at it as like a bad thing. Look at it as a good thing. Look at it as a good thing to release all that negativity. Look at that time being spent in hermit mode as an opportunity. It's an opportunity to make better choices, to, you know, right what has been wronged, things like that. And with white chocolate raspberry, sensibility, decorum, and elegance. You know, I always look at this card as someone who is able to basically kind of hold themselves together very well. Hold on, I need a quick little drink. My throat was like acting kind of funny. Anyways, I usually take this card as someone who is able to hold themselves up very well, especially to like other people, especially in like a public kind of setting, that, you know, they're usually able to, you know, basically put on a, I don't want to say like put on a fake front or anything like that, but they're able to show a good face, basically. Even if they are holding on to all these burdens, even if it feels like their world is falling apart, they're able to kind of still just like put themselves out there with their head held high, like, I'm still going to do this. So I feel like you guys kind of do that. that you guys have like this very elegant way about you. And I feel like people respect that, people respect that. But at the same time, don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to allow people to see that, it's not always easy, that you don't always have it necessarily together, because people need to see that too. People can also be inspired by your mess. Usually the mess that we have in our life is what becomes our message. The word mess is inside the word message. So, don't feel like you have to have it all together and to be perfect while you're trying to sort this all out and figure this out. It's okay. Now we have some cards here from the Divine Feather Oracle for you guys. And you guys got the Huron. Let go of convention and follow your own unique path. The Oriole. A new creative venture is on the horizon. See it as a positive change. And the Wren. Be bold and confident. Use all of your resources to create your dreams. Okay, so starting here with the Huron. Let go of convention and follow your own unique path. So I feel like this connection, this relationship here is probably not conventional. It's probably not like your typical scenario. It's not like, oh, we met at work, or oh, we met it online, or whatever it is, and then it just clicked and we went out on dates and we're together and that's it. Like, it probably was not that simple of a story. The connection between the two of you has probably been so intense that maybe a lot of people around you don't necessarily understand it, that they don't necessarily get it. And, especially if it is like a twin flame dynamic. Like I said, a lot of people usually don't get it. A lot of people don't understand those types of connections. So it's okay if you guys are not conventional. It's okay if you guys don't fall into the norm of everybody else's storybook happily ever after. Instead, embrace the fact that you're different and be okay with that, because you know what? People really love the stories that are different. People love those way more than the ones that are like everybody else's. So embrace it, own it. If anything, it's going to be inspiring and uplifting to others. So that's okay. Be unique, be you, be different. Even in your connection. Then we have the Oriole. A new creative venture is on the horizon. See it as a positive change. So I feel like during your time of probably being in the hermit mode, it's also going to be a highly creative time for you. A lot of the times that's what happens when we go within and we're kind of in hermit mode. Yeah, we can pray, we can meditate, we can do all those kinds of things, but it's also a time to get highly creative. If you're like an artistic person, draw something, paint something, create something, write something, sing something. It's a time to get creative. That's going to be a way to kind of probably help you guys sort through the mess and be able to understand yourself better and understand your emotions better through the entire situation. So don't be afraid to do that. I think that's definitely going to be a good thing. That's going to be a positive thing. So don't hesitate to get creative. I think that's going to be good. And then you have the Wren. Be bold and confident. Use all of your resources to create your dreams. So for some of you guys, as weird as it's going to sound, between the Oriole coming out as well with being creative and the fact that your connection is probably unconventional and different with the Huron, I feel like that there could be this opportunity in a sense. I don't want to say like, you could make money off of your relationship or something, but I feel like there's this opportunity to be creative based out of what you're experiencing in this to, in a sense, help others. There could be an opportunity out of this that you may not even necessarily be realizing, which will help you in the process of making your dreams come true. So I say that more so from the standpoint of this King of Wands for you could be your muse, basically. That what you're going through and what you're experiencing with him could be so inspiring for you that it inspires you to create and inspires you to create and do something that's not only going to help you, but wind up helping others. And it's just, it's a snowball effect from there. So I feel like this person and this connection is like a muse of sorts. So it's like it assists and helps not only within that connection, but it winds up assisting and helping other people as well as they're going through their own complicated and crazy situations. People like that relatability, which is why I said, like with the white chocolate raspberry, don't worry about needing to look perfect and having it all together. It's okay. If you want to show that your dress is on fire for a little bit, that's okay. You're going to find out there are a lot of other people with their dresses on fire too. So that's the best way I can describe that. Finally, you guys, I have a card here from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And you guys got, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. John 10:11. So this is just a good reminder that, God is always there for you. Jesus is always there for you. There is a higher power, basically, that is always there for you and always looking out for you. And, I know that, being a so-called sheep or whatever gets a bad rep these days. No one wants to be a sheeple, but you know what? Being a sheep for God is not a bad thing, because it means you're always going to be taken care of. You don't have anything to worry about, and that's kind of the point with this, at least. So anyways, that's the message that I have for you guys here today for your month of August. Hopefully it resonated and it made sense. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Also, please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And so you guys also know when I go live, because whenever I go live, you will get a little notification about that. And as I mentioned at the start of this video, I go live every Monday and Friday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I would love to see you guys out for one of those. And I'm also open and available for private readings too. So if you're interested in a private reading, you can hit me up as well for that. Information for all of that, live readings, private readings, and anything else is all in the description box down below. Otherwise, I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful to you guys for stopping on by and hanging out here with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So I hope you have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 4. If you chose this rose quartz chunk, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what is in store for you for August of 2020. All right. Let's see what we got for you guys. So I'm going to start off here with your tarot cards and just going to go ahead and lay them all down here. And we'll see exactly what comes through, how they connect, how they correlate to one another, and what it is that you guys need to know. So we have the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Angel de la Nuit, the Queen of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so before we get started, you guys, I actually need to look up one of these cards because I funnily, whatever, I do not know what it means. I mean, it's basically like a tarot deck, yes, but it's Tarot de la Nuit. And, you know, all these other cards are like, you know, normal cards that you would have in like a regular tarot deck, whether it's the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Swords, whatever it is. But Angel de la Nuit is not something that you would have in like a normal tarot deck. So I honestly don't know what that one means. It's never come out for me before in a reading. So it's time for me to find out. And I'm going to find out right now while I'm reading for you guys because I just don't know. So I have the little book, here. I'm going to go ahead and look it up right now. I don't even know where it would fall in. Like, I'm looking at the major arcana. So I'm sorry if this takes a little bit longer to figure out necessarily than I normally would. But let's see if I can find it. If not, I'm just going to have to, like, intuitively tap into it, I guess, to understand what that one is, because I don't know what that one is. So let me see. We're in the major arcana. Now we're into the minor arcana. We're into the cups now. Let me get through the cups. Cups, cups, cups. Now we're in the pentacles. Let me just go forward a little bit here. Wands, swords. I'm sorry, you guys. I feel like this is taking a minute. I didn't have this issue for any of the other ones. Oh, here we go. Bonus card. Just found it right now. Bonus card. Angel de la Nuit. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read what this card means right now so you guys know. I am the angel of the night. If you've picked me, then my message to you is that your inner light is soon coming to an end. You may have walked in darkness for some time, but soon, very soon, a new full moon will rise and will show you the way. My phosphorescent butterflies, oh yeah, there are butterflies on there, are here to guide you. Believe in luck, believe in me, believe in you. My black soft wings are protecting you from now on. Into your heart, here I whisper my sweet lullaby. Have no fear, honey. Everything is going to be fine. The night is nothing to be afraid of anymore. And the warm sun that you hold within is ready to shine again. So that's actually a very beautiful message. So I'm just going to start with Angel de la Nuit, considering it's never popped out for me before when I have been reading with these cards, and I want to know what it was, obviously. So if you guys have been going through like a time of darkness, obviously, the Angel de la Nuit is here to remind you that there is light in the dark, basically. And it's like you have your own inner light. You have your own inner light on the inside of you that can light and navigate your way through the darkness. So if you've been experiencing a hard time, if you've been going through a hard time, and this is kind of actually making sense now that I look at the other cards. But if you've been going through a hard time, it's very important to remember that you do have a light within that can shine and can help you get through this. So the reason why I said that actually makes a lot of sense is the Five of Pentacles here is kind of about like a poverty mindset. It's about, you know, feeling at a loss. It's like feeling some kind of failure, basically. You know, even if you look at the girl on the card, you know, she looks like she's, you know, shivering, or she's cold, or she's not doing so good. So yeah, like I feel like you guys in the month of August, unfortunately, you may be suffering. Not to say that, you know, you're not going to have money, you're not going to be able to pay your bills, you're not going to be able to like afford food or anything like that. I feel like it's more so that poverty mindset is more so what it is than actually being in some kind of poverty. But I feel like you guys are going to feel like at a loss, kind of like you've failed at something or failed within or something like that. And that could be where some of this darkness is coming through, but you need to tap into your own inner light in order to get past that. So there's definitely something that's making you feel less than, something that's making you feel like some kind of failure. It could be, failure at work, failure in a relationship, failure in a lot of different ways. But I feel like, there's definitely kind of like this loss, grieving kind of feeling in a sense. And because it is so hard and because it is so difficult for you guys, it may kind of put you in this Queen of Swords energy. And the Queen of Swords, she's very much so up in her head. She's very much in her thoughts. She's very logical about things. So, you may be looking at things from a logical perspective, from a headspace perspective, not necessarily from your emotions or your passions or your desires or anything like that. You may just be looking at things from a logical place. And there is a time and there is a place, obviously, to look at things from a logical place, but I don't feel like this logic is helping necessarily, because at the same time, the Queen of Swords can also be known as like the Ice Queen. She's kind of synonymous with this stereotype of basically someone who has been hurt, and because they've been hurt, they really have their guard up, and they're not exactly warm and welcoming and inviting, and they're a little bit more cold and biting, if anything. And if you guys are going through a time of darkness and you're feeling like at a loss, you're feeling like there's failures around you that, is within you and stuff, then you maybe kind of putting up like this cold exterior, like, hey, I'm not letting you in. I'm basically going to be a bitch kind of a thing. But I don't recommend doing that, because, like the Angel de la Nuit was trying to say here is that there is a light within you that wants to get out, which I do believe is true, because we have a few other factors going on here. We have the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Cups is someone who wants to come forward with their love, someone who wants to come forward with their cup of love. Sometimes the Knight of Cups can kind of be like a Casanova, a little bit of a sweet talker kind of a person, but they have love to give. So for some of you guys, I feel like if this is connected in conjunction to a love situation, there could be someone who is that Knight of Cups who wants to come your way, who wants to give you that cup of love, who wants to say something sweet to you, but I don't feel like they feel very well invited into your space. Because once again, if you got that Queen of Swords up and you got that icy exterior, you're feeling at a loss and that kind of thing, that's not exactly the most magnetic thing in the world or warm and welcoming thing in the world to draw in that Knight of Cups to say, hey, I really care about you, I want to offer you some love. They may not necessarily do that. So I think it's a good thing to kind of like warm up this Queen of Swords. Like, it's okay to look at things from a logical place, but to not be, in an overthinking kind of place, because she's a big overthinker. And I think it's a good idea to tap into that inner light here from the Angel de la Nuit. So I feel like that's kind of in conjunction to a love situation for a lot of you guys. If it's not a love situation, then I feel like it could be somebody else around you who simply wants to offer you some love. It could be like a friend wanting to offer you some support, or a coworker wanting to help you through something. But I feel like it's somebody who genuinely wants to be there and genuinely wants to be of support. But like I said, you're not exactly like fully open to that, because you've got some of this hurt and this pain and this feeling of failure and that kind of stuff going on around you. We also have the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles she's very stable, she's very solid, she's very secure. She's big time earth energy basically. So she's the one who can basically do it all. She balances it all. She's the mother, she's the lover, she is the entrepreneur, she balances everything. So I feel like a lot of the times you guys are usually in this energy, and you may be in this energy during the month of August where, you're just getting things done, you're keeping yourself grounded and that kind of thing. So I feel like you guys do have like a good head on your shoulders. Like you don't just leap into life all willy-nilly and you're like, oh, I'm just going to be led by my passions and my desires and my emotions. I don't feel like you guys do that at all. I feel like you guys, probably overthink things to death a lot of the times, and you keep it grounded, you keep it stable. It's really important for you guys to like balance everything together. So I feel like you guys have a lot of that going on, but I feel like you kind of, like I said, I feel like you kind of need to warm things up here a little bit and bring in some of the passion, bring in some of those emotions and everything, because that's what's going to draw in that Knight of Cups to bring that love in towards you. So yeah, I definitely feel that way. And I feel like it's a little bit harder for you guys to tap into that emotional side right now, because once again, you're kind of feeling like I've failed at this, there's a loss with that, so on and so forth. But that light that needs to come in here from the Angel de la Nuit, I feel like it's based in those emotions, it's based in those passions that you need to be open and available to. Because you also have the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands is action, it's forward movement. So, it's not a good idea to just sit around and stay in this. Nobody should be staying in poverty mentality. So it's time to move forward and to move out of that, to take action out of that in the month of August. So I feel like there's a certain way of thinking, there's a certain way of just like shifting your own energy basically, where you get out of like overthinking mode and just like kind of protecting yourself and being stuck in the night and stuff like that. So I feel like it's time to get out of that and to take action towards more so how you feel, like tap into your emotions. And that's the thing, like just if we're talking about feminine and masculine energy, feminine energy is very emotion based. It's very much based upon how you feel and how you feel within your body. The Queen of Swords, she's not tapping into her body. She's all about the headspace. She's all about overthinking. The Queen of Pentacles, she may not be in her head. She is very grounded and stable, which is a good thing, but there's still going to be something logical about her. She's got to use that logic from the Queen of Swords in order to keep things grounded and be able to run it all and be it all and do it all. But there's a lot of lack here in terms of the passion and in terms of the emotions. So I feel like you got to start taking action towards that. And the more you take action towards that, the more likely it is someone's going to come along and offer you, either their cup of love, if it's a romantic kind of thing, or someone's going to be able to come in and just give you extra support that you need, period. So action needs to happen. Action needs to happen on your end in terms of like how you're thinking and how you're looking at things. And you got to switch it up from that darkness to the light. And I feel like if you take action on your end, that Knight of Cups is going to take action on their end, and they're going to come forward to either give you that love or to give you that support or whatever it is that missing element is that needs to kind of come in there. I also have some ice cream oracle cards here for you guys. So let's see what you got. We have Chocolate Vanilla Swirl, complementary opposites, fairness and equality. Butter Pecan, Reason, Market, Sell. Strawberry, Immunity, Vitality, and Radiance. And Mint Chocolate Chip, Endurance, Determination, and Fortitude. Okay, so we're going to start off here with this Chocolate Vanilla Swirl, complementary opposites, fairness, and equality. So kind of like what I was just saying before with the fact that you guys are very logical and you guys are very down to earth, I feel like you guys need to complement that with a little bit of passion, with a little bit of emotion, with a little bit of kind of chaotic energy in a sense. I don't mean chaotic in the sense of toxic, but chaotic just in the sense of like something that's going to mix it up for you, something that's going to take you maybe a little bit out of your everyday norm and into something that is going to be maybe a little uncomfortable for you, but it's going to be good for you to be uncomfortable a little bit. So yeah, I feel like, all of that like mental head energy and grounded energy needs to be complemented with something that's a little bit warmer, a little bit more passionate, a little bit more emotion based. So you got to kind of blend those things together. You got to blend within yourself your own masculine and feminine energy basically. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of blending of that going on through the month of August, or at least the opportunity to. With reason, market, and sell with butter pecan, I feel like that's just like that Queen of Swords energy, because she's very much so into reasoning. She's reasoning is that mental energy. Reasoning is that overthinking energy. It's where you're always trying to reason and rationalize everything. So I feel like that just kind of emphasized that. And with market and sell, that could be a little bit of that Queen of Pentacles energy coming through in terms of just like being grounded and getting it done and getting business done kind of a thing. So, you're never going to let go of those parts of you. Those are parts of you, and they probably always will be. I think it's more so about like fine-tuning those abilities into ways that can help you rather than just run off of those abilities completely and then it's hurting you in other areas. Then with strawberry, immunity, vitality, and radiance, I feel like this is just a reminder for you guys that, yeah, you may be dealing with some dark stuff through the month of August. And I've pretty much said this in almost every single group. Every single group has had some dark stuff come out for the month of August, a little bit in different ways for each group. But regardless, I feel like each group is dealing with some level of spiritual warfare. And that's kind of been a theme that I've seen going on in the collective as a whole, even before August, like, earlier on in the summer. I don't know, it's just like the summer of spiritual warfare or something. So there seems to be a lot of that going on as a whole, regardless of what your specific pile is saying. So I think that this is just a good reminder for you guys that you still have a lot of vitality inside of you, that you're still very radiant, you're still very beautiful. You got to keep on sparkling and shining and just being bright and brimming through all this darkness. Very similar to like what the angel de la Nuit was coming through with the fact that you got to shine through all this darkness. So I feel like, the strawberry is kind of just a reminder of that. The immunity, I feel like you guys are ultimately immune to the darkness. The darkness cannot get to you if you don't let it. So don't let it, obviously. And then with mint chocolate chip, we have endurance, determination, and fortitude, which you guys got this. You do. You've got this. You've got this in the bag. You have nailed this. I know you guys may be suffering and you guys may feel like you're going through some really dark stuff right now, some confusion. You may feel like, how am I going to get out of this poverty mentality right now? But you're going to find your way through it. You're going to fight your way through it. You guys are strong. You guys have the endurance. You have the fortitude. You guys are more determined than you know. So, that mint chocolate chip, I feel definitely just emphasizes that. You guys are way stronger than you give yourself credit for. Hopefully by the end of August, things are going to improve and things are going to get better. But August itself may be a little bit of a battle. Then we have some Divine Feather Oracle cards for you guys. And you guys have the Nuthatch. Stay grounded and welcome the new knowledge and perspective coming to you. The Pheasant. The time is ripe for creation and connection. Focus your attention in these areas. And the Loon. pay attention to your dream time. Messages of guidance are drifting in. Okay, so starting with the nuthatch, stay grounded and welcome the new knowledge and perspective coming to you. So, if things are not easy, if things are not going the best at this time, it's simply because it's time to probably change up your perspective, change up your routine, change the way that you're looking at things. Once again, you guys, if you guys are looking at things only from logic and trying to be very grounded like all the time about things, that's not really allowing a lot of space and a lot of room for you to be emotional, to be passionate, to really kind of allow yourself to daydream in a sense. And I feel like maybe you guys are a little too harsh on yourselves, where you don't give yourself the opportunity to do that. You don't give yourself the opportunity to properly daydream. And it's okay to do that. Like, yeah, it's important to be grounded, but sometimes we gotta let our feet lift off the ground a little bit too, because if we don't, we're never gonna know what's possible. We're never gonna be able to live beyond basically these poverty type of mindsets. So, it's okay to let loose and dream a little bit. So try and look at things from a new perspective. Don't be afraid to think that things can actually get better, because things can't get better unless you actually imagine that they can. Then with the pheasant here, the time is ripe for creation and connection. Focus your attention in these areas. So one of the ways that will probably help you guys, it's saying creation and connection. Creativity is such a big part of it. And a lot of the times we don't go through hardships just to go through hardships and that's it. Usually it's like when we go through the hard times, it's in that darkness that we actually tap into some serious creative energy. So don't ignore that. Now is the time to tap into that. How can you be creative? And that doesn't mean that you have to be like some world-class, amazing and talented artist or something like that. You could be creative in a whole bunch of different ways. Just create. Just do something. It doesn't have to be in a way where you're going to go out and make money from it. It could be something just personally, just for you. But I think it's important to do that. It's going to help you guys, connect deeper within yourself. It's going to help you guys connect better with others. And ultimately connect with what your purpose is. Connect with what it is that you should be doing in your life. And then with the loon, we have pay attention to your dream time. Messages of guidance are drifting in. So if you guys are remembering any of your dreams, pay attention to them. There could be little nuggets of insights and truth that you guys may be able to glean onto off of your dream time. And not just, sleeping dreams, I would say, but daydreams as well. Like I said, allow yourself the time and space to kind of daydream. And sometimes daydream can come out of just like meditating or whatever. Like you don't even realize that you're doing it until you're doing it. So yeah, kind of tap into that, pay attention to that. Don't just shrug it off as nothing. Those are all good things to pay attention to. And finally, you guys, we have a card from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away, and you guys got: seek you first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Matthew 6:33. So that is definitely a very solid and good reminder that, bottom line is, as long as we are seeking God, the divine source, spirit, whatever it is you want to call it, as long as that is number one in our life, as long as we're seeking that first, everything else is just gravy. Everything else is just details. It'll get worked out. The devil's in the details. Don't worry about that. The most important thing is, as long as you are connecting to the divine, as long as you are connecting to spirit, that's what matters the most. He'll take the reins from there. He'll take care of the rest of it. And you would be amazed, because whatever it is that he does, it's probably going to be way better than anything that you could think of, anything that you could dream up. So that's the most important thing. Everything else will be added. It's nothing for you to stress out about or worry about. That's the most important thing. So anyway, hopefully this message resonated and made sense for you guys. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's simply with a small emoji. So anyways, yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, also please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot too. Feel free, feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way, and so you guys know whenever I go live, because whenever I go live, you guys will be notified and you will get the little notification for that. As I mentioned way earlier on at the beginning of this video, lives are every Monday and Friday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and private readings are open and available too. So if you're interested in a private reading, you can go ahead and contact me as well for that. So any information that you need to know, whether it's about private readings, live readings, or anything else, all of that is in the description box down below. So there you have that. Otherwise, I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful to you guys for stopping on by and hanging out here with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So I hope you have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love.